It's time for you to learn the extra things that will increase your DPS, so take some notes. The timeline is on the description below for time-saving stuff. We will start off with the skill tree first and foremost. Make sure to cap your character to level 80 and max this on your Hunter subclass skill tree. This high level bonus provides you that sweet thick 5% damage, so be sure to max it out. Next is to max your Fury Stance tree and Perfect Attack tree. All of these will contribute to your damage output, so don't miss something out. Hunter Physique for survivability, and you won't get interrupted or knocked out of combos from enemy attacks while this one is active, provided that you don't get one shot by the boss/enemy KW. Iron Will for RNG survivability, and with Stalwart Spirit, you get more iframes and plus 300 melee damage if it's maxed out. RNG proc is 75%. Not only does it give additional melee damage, you are invincible for 15 seconds if it procs. 75% is quite high, right? Unless it doesn't proc KW. Now we move over to the important parts of Bouncer Tree. Here you have to make sure high level bonus is capped for that extra 5% damage. You don't want to miss this bad boy. For those who have Dex Mags, you should get this one, for it will increase your melee and tech damage by 200 if you have Mags Dexterity to plus 200. It's good for maining both jet boots and soaring blades. You should prioritize all photon blade related stuff on your skill tree. Do not forget this soaring blades focus. This will increase your damage and give you PP recovery. Critical field for your crit rate buff, Shifta for added 5% bonus damage, and Deband for added PP recovery from attacks. For this build, I'm running Elemental Stance for easier time on doing deeps on all enemies. Please ignore all the jet boots related points I've allocated. On to the meaty part. We will start first on a new combo. Combo 4. Since I've only shared to you 3 combos for Soaring Blades, it's time to get the new one. New episode, new combo. Plus I got my hands on a Nemesis Dual, so let's test this thick boy up. Combo 4. Heavenly Kite into forward weapon action, into Immortal Dove, into backward weapon action, into Heavenly Kite and weapon action again into Immortal Dove, then continue the cycle. Note, time perfect attack on your weapon actions. Most of the time I miss perfect attack after Immortal Dove usage, so don't copy that. Smile. Now to test combo 4 with PBF active. Now it's time for you to learn the special PA that lets you iframe most of the attacks. I will call it the Easy Cheese Photon Art on Bouncer. The said photon art is called Starling Fall. Do note that the initial animation doesn't give you iframes, so there's a bit of a timing in there. You'll see what I mean in this following clip with our friend Unga. Now that you've learned how to cheese dodge attacks, it's time for you to get the extra DPS you need from your skill rings. There are quite a lot of them to grind, but it's all worth it. On to left rings, you will need Soaring Blades Tackle and Photon Blades Homing. Photon Blades Homing is optional until we can augment skill rings into 12-star units. For right rings, I recommend getting Adrenaline for your Shifta and Deband buffs, or any Valor class rings. Valor Emblem rings provide you 1% damage buff, plus 10% critical rate, and 3% damage received reduction. You can get the materials by doing the solo extreme quest. It's quite easy, so you could get all materials in a couple of runs. It's time to test Soaring Blades Tackle Ring. This ring provides you lots of DPS gain that it's a must-have for Soaring Blades mains. Easy 40k with just a weapon action tackle. Omega lol. Now to test your weapon action tackle without the ring. This will hurt your DPS, so be prepared. Peeper sat. Yup, limp damage. Martoi will never see you in bed again if you do not equip this ring. Remember, the power of Moist will come to your aid if you equip this ring. That's half mil DPS from just a tackle. Always equip this ring if you main Soaring Blades. Pog you. It's time to learn about drink effects. First test will be a raw Shifta boost. Everyone loves Pog, raw Shifta. That's 8673 photon blade damage without PBF. Time to test how much damage you will get with PBF active. Easy 22,550. Pog you. Next DPS drink is Photon Arts damage up from PP drink up. Time to test this one. That's 7494. The drink is great for classes that use Photon Arts combos regularly in their rotations. Time to test how much will it do under PBF. $19,485 is passable. But we can do better. So far, Shifta has the upper hand on their DPS gains. This time, we drinking my most favorite drink, random drink, which can give you weak point damage up. That's 8,618 without PBF. Time to activate PBF and go wild. That's 22,408 per photon blade hit. Based on the numbers, Shifta brings more raw DPS bonus because of raw melee scaling well with your Shifta. So if you affix/augment some good melee stats into your weapon and units, you can bring about thick and juicy DPS. Last but not the least, the importance of keeping your Shifta and Deband active at all cost. This time, I'll show you how Shifta affects your DPS percentage and how Deband affects your PP recovery. No one likes small PP, always have a chunky and thick PP. That's 7,790. The increased damage was brought about by the melee mag. Please ignore the increased percent. The first hit was only 7,790. This is with Shifta, the first hit was 8,618. A pretty good increase with just a Shifta. You will get a lot more with a Tector Shifta, so it's better to have one in an MPA to get the most of your DPS gains from Shifta. Now for your Deband PP recovery. We doing it without Deband first, so we have a baseline on how fast your PP can recover. No pun intended. As you can see, it's a little bit fast, but it can improve with just a Deband. Almost full PP with just a couple of weapon actions. Now that's a pretty good PP recovery. There are also additions to get more DPS. One is by taking in your team/alliance tree attack buff up, and second, is to eat food. This one in particular, Stirfry. It's a pretty lengthy video, but this about sums up my Soaring Blades DPS guide. Just augment more melee and you will be god DPS in no time. Bye for now.